I'm awaiting Amazon for my TV order, and I also ordered, in preparation for getting closer to having a large battery bank, the proper wire. 0 AWG, which is the heavy stuff. And I have yet to figure out if I'm going to go with the aluminum angle iron as a bus bar yet, or just connect battery and go from there. I do not know yet. We'll figure it out. But things are going okay, as far as I can tell. And update on my dad, he's doing well. As you've seen in my last video, was even out helping me do a little workout there. He likes to keep busy, so it's hard to have him just sit down on a couch and not do much. So he's always stayed busy throughout the entire ordeal. And I think, hopefully, guys, with your thoughts and prayers, we're doing the right thing here. And he'll be coming up on the halfway point for his chemo, and then he'll be getting a scan after the end of July. He will be getting a scan for if what the tumor now looks like after all the treatments. Plus, we have still been giving him all natural stuff throughout the entire process of the chemo, even before the chemo, when it actually shrunk the tumor, and the doctor was shocked, and she doesn't believe in that stuff, but yet there's the results. So, yeah. Anyway, so once at the end of July, he'll get a scan done. It'll give the doctor and him and us idea of how well he's doing, and then he's got 3 more treatments after that, and then he's one more big scan, and then that's it. They call it remission. But by then we will have him on cannabis oil, because it will be legal. They set the date in Canada for October 17th. So it's a couple days past my birthday, but hey, that's a pretty good birthday surprise, legalizing weed. And maybe I'll try some cannabis oil after my birthday there. If I get some birthday money, maybe I'll try some cannabis oil. I don't know. But I think it's most likely going to be going to my dad and not myself, because he's actually the one in need of it at this point. But I wouldn't mind taking it because of all the health benefits, for sure. So, yeah, I just came over here quick to check on things. We had a decent amount of rain, but not enough. And yeah. Oh, that noise you hear in the back here, I don't know if I mentioned it already. I'm going to mention it before my battery dies. In the secretive setup going on over here, if you can hear that noise, I have rigged up a 12 volt PC fan, which is a computer fan similar to this, to run directly off the solar panels, 12 volt. And it's in line with this timer as well that I've been messing with. I didn't show too much about this whatsoever. I had to print a military schedule off because of this is a 24-hour clock, and I do not know military time, so that helped out quite a bit programming this thing. And it's got some strange wiring to this thing, guys, how it all hooks up. So I didn't quite get into all that with you on camera. And then of course you can see some purpley lights going on back here. So there's an experiment happening, but down here is where we're kind of concentrating. Propane cylinder is empty. I have to take this regulator off and put it outside. And I have to take this off and feed it out a hole here. Let me turn this light on for a second. So on the outside of the tiny house, I have pre-drilled holes. But as you can see here, they haven't gone all the way through into the tiny house yet. So, and those holes were done a long time ago, like a year more, 2 years ago maybe. And once I pop a hole in through here from the outside coming in, I will then have the size that I need to send this long hose that's been running everything in the tiny house on propane. I have a spare, and I have one that goes up to the on-demand hot water tank, and the other one goes to the fireplace. So that's going to be coming up in another video when I dismantle the propane, drill a hole, run it out here, go to town, and I should have enough cord to reach around to the back of the tiny house, connect to both cylinders. So if one runs out, I just plug it into the next and we're back up and running. And I'm really interested to see, guys, how much the propane lasts me this time, especially since I'm upgrading from 20-pound cylinder right back there, that little baby, to 100-pound. 5 times the amount, something like that. My math's a little off there, but quite a bit more, and more pressure too. Now, the one thing I did notice with the hot water on demand and this guy and the baby tank, I put a fitting in up here so I could run it, sorry about the lighting, so I could run it directly off the propane line. But what happens is, because there's another regulator built into this thing, no good. The pressure's too low. So I'm thinking, if I'm going to test it, obviously, I'm going to reconnect to this fitting with the 100-pound cylinder once it's installed once it's hooked up and installed outside, and I have propane in here from that tank, to see if the pressure regulator there will be okay and not make it such a low pressure that it barely puts out any heat to the hot water. If it does, hold on, phone call. Alright guys, that was my dad calling, just checking in on me, and he had trouble with the television, changing sources from HDMI's to back to regular TV. So, there you go. Anyway, so yeah, once I'm going to test it, once the on-demand is hooked up to the 100-pound cylinder, and hopefully the pressure's good. If not, I bought a device that I can fill this small little Mr. Buddy portable propane tank, and I'll pull that fitting out, plug it into the on-demand, and just run it off those tanks with it, and I just have to occasionally fill those up, those tanks. Now I'd have to do that outside, which is no big deal, and you know, I don't know how long one of those will last me on the hot water tank full time, like one shower a day or whatever. So we'll see. That's all coming in the future, guys. So thumbs up. We'll see you on the next one, guys. I'm out of here. Battery's dead.